So based on this experience and also with our cloud computing strategies, we are moving forward to a number of initiatives on government clouds. As I said, I emphasize on the word S because we have more than one cloud that we thought or we think that the government needs to implement or need to provide to ensure our e-government services is delivered effectively and also securely. And we have, as Daniel also mentioned in the morning sessions, we are backing on 3 different cloud initiatives. From the public cloud, which facilitate e-government services provision without or with no sensitive data on it, to moving to our private cloud. We also have 2 different separations. One is an outsourced environment at a contractor's data center, and also at our government data centers. And they also trying to meet different demand and different requirements of our e-government services, which both are talking about with sensitive data. And CCCVI being one of our data centers infrastructure rests in the in-house private cloud environment. And I will talk about this different initiatives a little bit more later. So in terms of placement consideration, as I say, why we need more than one cloud? Because we need to consider the different applications security and risk management perspective. We need to meet our department's business requirements. And also, we need to think of ways on how to leverage the common IT services. And we need to build an economy of scales. And we need to ensure the rapid elasticity of our resources. And also, we also have the perspective of what kind of initiative we can help to facilitate our industry developments. So with that, we come up with the 3 major initiatives. So in terms of government public cloud services, which is mainly talking about the SaaS service, which departments and users can acquire from the public cloud environment without much, without a lot of upfront investment or a lot of huge infrastructure establishment. And it's mainly providing productivity application, business application, or social media, or cloud IT services to our end user that they can use it immediately and enjoy the benefits of cloud computing. And for the private cloud services, we are thinking that we have a lot of government internal applications or government to citizen applications which carry sensitive data. And at the same time, they are quite common across different departments. For example, electronic information management, record keepings, collaborative workplace, say paperless meetings or shared environments of operations. Electronic procurement is also an example of government-specific application with sensitive data, but at the same time, we can aggregate the demands from different departments to put them together to form the economy of scale, to aggregate them, and then use cloud computing to deliver it in a more cost-effective way. And human resource management as well, every department needs HRM, and they are more or less similar. But at the same time, they will have their individual business need. So we have this consideration, and we propose that we will have 2 different solutions for them. One is an in-house environment, which what we call the e-government infrastructure services, or EGIS in short. In fact, back in 2004, we already introduced the kind of pooling resources together or sharing platform ideas way before the buzzword cloud come into place. So we set up a central hosting infrastructure back in 2004. And up to now, we already have over 100 e-government services from more than 20 departments using the platforms. And now, we are, with the benefits of cloud technology, we are introducing the new EGIS. Basically, we try to cloud enable it to become an IaaS and a PaaS platform, a development platform for the e-government services provided by departments. And we target to, with this new platform, to support an additional 100 more new e-government services. And with the support of the Legislative Council, we secured the investment, fundings of 135 millions, and we plan to progressively roll out the service starting by end of this year till March 2015. Another solution is what the project called GovCloud, which is an outsourced IaaS platforms, providing a infrastructure platform for government, e-government services. We basically think that we can put together those common e-government services for share use by all departments. Common services like what I mentioned before, the electronic record keepings, information management, e-procurements, collaborative workplace, all of them are quite common across different departments. We can put them together to form the critical mass, and then we can provide them with a cloud environment so we can enjoy the economy of scale, and also all the benefits of cloud in terms of elasticity, in terms of time to market, on-demand provisions, and also the lower investments for individual departments. And also we can share a lot of common infrastructural components. Say, for example, our payment gateway we can share, our messaging gateway we can also share, the network infrastructure we can share. So with this planning, our initial setup is we plan to roll out the service before the end of 2015 for 5 years to support roughly about over 30 departments of some 30,000 users. And our estimated investment for this initial phase of GovCloud is about 242 million. We plan to seek our funding support from the Legislative Council by middle of this year, and to start our implementation work. And one interesting idea of having a GovCloud, of having this environment, is an outsourced environment. With that, we can facilitate our industry to develop more cloud-based services with this huge amount of investment from the government. And also, we can offload the infrastructure implementation, all the capital investment issues to the service provider, and we become the booker of the service, and then we can acquire the service and then provide it right away to our departments. And in the long run, we can maintain the sustainable development of this platform by, after aggregating this critical mass, to sustain its operation through a little bit of cost contribution from individual departments based on their usage, which is basically the cloud principle. And this, I think, Daniel made some introduction about these architectural models. And I would like to draw a little bit of your attention, not on the 3 layers, which is quite, speak a lot already. It's on some of our guiding principles in terms of building this architectural model or the cloud platforms. First, of course, is to ensure the interoperabilities, which is conducive to the development of e-government services, and also create synergy among different common services across different cloud platforms. And also, when we talk about interoperabilities, we also want to avoid lock into a particular technology or vendors. And also, we want to make ourselves flexible enough in order to help our service to grow, to scale out, and then to move from one service provider to another seamlessly. And another important aspect is on open standard and industry best practice. I think some of the speakers already mentioned about that. And I just highlight a few about the interoperability standards, information security standard, and also the data encryption standard is also very important, because we are talking about some sensitive government data in the cloud. So security is an important guiding principle. Besides the safekeeping of our data, we also need to be mindful about the whereabouts of our data. And also, equally important is when we move from one provider to another, how can we ensure the secure erasure of the data? That means the data is completely removed from our service provider. This is also one of the security and privacy concerns that we need to work on. Resilience is, of course, all the cloud service provider is looking at that. And when building our GovCloud, we also give a lot of focuses on ensuring the resilience of the operations, both in terms of dual data center operations, local site redundance, load balancing, and also business continuity. Rapid elasticity, I don't need to talk too much about that because it's a cloud characteristic that we need to dynamically scale up and down of our resource, and we need to ensure it is an on-demand provisions. And portability is, again, avoid vendor lock-in, and that's all. So with that, I end my short introduction of the GovClouds. Thank you.